Oh, look at that. We got our first fumble out of the way. Welcome, everybody. This is a Grim Grizz stream. And hey, Sven. Oh, look. The Black Joker decided to show up. This is a. I don't know. I let Chad did his premiere in the 11 o'clock time slot, and that was great. We all got the hive mind there. He's having struggles, and we wish him well. You should. He'd like some participation on those comments if you don't mind. Meanwhile, the red card of the show is the 9. Oh look, Kale has made my first X comment. I saw that StreamYard was now allowing the the comments from you guys over on X to show up here. So I thought I'd throw this out one over that way too. Oh wait, did the red card already? Whatever. As you know, you're subjected to lots of mind control, and on this show is where you get your savings throws. You get to choose between survival, social, on the coffee cup, wisdom, or heart, and we're doing it live. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. You choose. I roll. If it's over 10, you take half damage. If it's under 10, you take full damage. But remember, Embody, we want what's best for you. And you can get +2 if you chat in the hive mind. In the hive mind chat, like those people. Maybe we'll give Kale a +3 for being the first X chatter. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Survivalist with a 6 today. 6 today. Hope you went back to socialism, Slack, because you got the nat 20. If you did, nat 20 for the socialist. Lovers of wisdom, prime 19. Look at that. Heart, folks, rocking it in with the 15. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. You get to see it today. It's the indigo die on a nat 20. What a special, momentous occasion. Maybe somebody should keep track of all the streams that happens in. Behold, it's a nat 20 for the indigo kids. Boy, I wonder what the blue church card of the show is going to be. I wonder. Remember.
There is no agency. We want what's best.
We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see. Doing what is right for me is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency.
So hello to Kale and Slack, and Spoon Man is in the house. Isaac over there, he plays the spoons. It's kind of nice. Brad was up there. I saw Franco was in there too, and the blue church card of the show is the 6 of hearts, whatever that means. Today is mostly going to be adjunct professing, but
Oh shoot, where was I going with this? Attention.
meanwhile,
You're not able enough. There's something you can do that you are regarding as trivial, that you could do, that you would do, that would result in an actual improvement, but it's not a big enough improvement for you, so you won't lower yourself enough to take the opportunity. Hi, this is Paul. I know.
now this is the In Our Image and Peterson Dream stream. We're going to save the Peterson Dream stream part for the end, because I know what you all want to hear. The In the Image part, the In Our Image, is a reference to the Bible line where it says, the Elohim said, let us make them in our image, and I remind you once again that the humans have injected monkey brains with the human genome to make them smarter, because the apple does not fall that far from the tree. And while Paul is mentioning a lot of evolutionary psychology, whatever. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Let's do that. Okay, all right. First up, we have this part.
But again, why on earth did I connect this to Jonathan Peugeot and Russell Brand? What does Peugeot say to Brand that I think a lot of Christians are just going to sort of get caught? He says, God isn't there to keep you from suffering. And in a lot of Christianity, a lot of popular Christianity around there, Tim Keller back in 2005, 2006 was barking up this tree a lot. He was using.
Speaking of barking up trees, that there was any reference to Russell Brand made me remember something that we've covered before, and I discovered once again that the way I title and thumbnail things makes it nigh impossible to find anything I've ever covered that you're trying to remember unless you're aware of this-little-corner.com, where you can search for key phrases like Fabian and find the references that you're looking for. And since the original video I stole this from has been shoved down the memory hole, it's really convenient that we have such a great tool for this purpose. Here's what I was looking for when the Russell Brand was mentioned.
And you know that there's a special kind of wolf in sheep's clothing who would adopt the clothing of overt orthodoxy. I mean, within the Catholic Church.
Oh dear. What's up, Chad? What's good? What's good is we're doing a Kale prep show because Kale's coming on tomorrow, and I couldn't think of what to title or thumbnail it. And so we're going back in time. That was probably 2020, not 2019. We don't know. But it's an on-show, so I'm not as funny and not as funny and charming. And look at that hair and beard and stuff he had back then. Oh, charming as I normally am. However, I since this is what's happening, and he said the wolves in sheep's clothing. I'm gonna play for you now something that I came across earlier today that references that.
The list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey,
Wow, the branding. The branding.
Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast magic missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting magic missile. Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
That's the thing, right? I'm like, hey guys, I'm here to bring salt water to your estuary. Your Christians should be able to deal with this thing and the Nagamati and this, all of these things. I'm like, hey guys, you can't just Ned Flanders your way through this anymore. You're about to be fed to lions again. I had found the right part, and then I went a little bit back, and Kale had said that wolf in sheep's clothing part, so I had to play that. But we're almost there, I think. And now, the synchronistic wolf in sheep's clothing.
You should accept yourself just the way you are.
You stop it. You stop it. The wolf in sheep's clothing reference I ran into earlier today.
Top of a bus, and the colors were inverted. The bus had the colors of the child catcher's coat, and Russell wore the colors of the child catcher's cage. Inside the bus were people that you would call spiritual in their attire. In the mainstream media, they often use hippie New Age people to denote the spiritual community.
This was apparently the 2012 opening thing of London, but that's not the part that I'm looking for. This is the part that I'm. And after that stream, I had to cut that part because the Olympics don't like you using your stuff. Looking for
the establishment. But to say he's a wolf in sheep's clothing does not come from nowhere either. You see, Russell dated Jemima Khan, and she is a relative of the Rothschilds. Now, that's obviously a name most, when they look at the...
Aunt Jemima Khan? What? This has got to be fiction.
Global elite and the secret elite, as you were, the dark hand that is controlling things from behind the scenes. Rockefeller, Roth, these names come up.
What a fabulous pink beanie.
And she was the editor of the New Statesman, and the New Statesman was founded by the Fabian Society. And the Fabian Society have an emblem, and that emblem is wolves undressing from sheep's clothing. It's literally a wolf undressing from sheep's clothing. And this society is not small. They are the founder of the Labour Party in the UK. So they are starting main political parties. You have Republican and Democrat. In England, you've got Labour and Conservative. The Conservative...
What a coincidence, eh? More recently, then I probably go into branding and stuff. But don't forget about branding and Russell Crowe. What? Brand. Oh.
One thing is sure, a great change of our psychological attitude is imminent. That is certain. Why? Because we need more. We need more psychology. We need more understanding of human nature, because the only real danger that exists is man himself.
And whoosh.
Now, once again, as you know, I try to deliver on the title and the thumbnail, and while I've briefly mentioned the in-our image, and hey, it's Eugene, the monkey over there, there's this thing on, I have a card I made, and one of the things on the card is choosing churches and spiritual sardaukar. Because like sometimes Paul will talk like how we're all consumerists and we try to find the church that's right for us. And I've got this image of like God brings us over and he opens this closet, and in the closet there's this dark place, and he's like, guys, it's pretty dark in there, and if you go, you're gonna forget why you went. And but the thing of it is it's very dark in there, and I need to send some light, and you're my light, guys. But if you go in there, you're going to forget why you come, and the darkness may encapsulate you. Now, you hear a lot about this Gnosticism place, and basically the ancient Gnostics were like, this is such hell. We hate it. Don't make babies, because that brings more of us into hell. And the thing is that we came in here willingly as a service, to be of service, because we are the spiritual sardaukar. As far as, well, I don't know if it's true, but it does. It's like, God, why would you send me into hell? When you wanted to go, you know, there's that whole angle, and I like it a lot. And I thought, so as part of the covering the in our image bit of the title and thumbnail service, that was, I wanted to say those things.
I saw you toss the kites on high above the birds about the sky, and all around I heard you pass like lady skirts across the grass. Oh, wind a-blowing all day long. Oh, wind that sings so loud a song. I saw the different things you did, but always you yourself you hid. I felt you push, I heard you call, I could not see yourself at all. Oh, wind a-blowing all day long. Oh, wind that sings so loud a song. Oh, you that are so strong and cold to blow, where are you, young or old? Are you a beast, a field and tree, or just a stronger child than me? Oh, wind a-blowing all day long. Oh, wind that sings so loud a song.
Good to see you, Paul. Whoosh, indeed. We're about to get into the, what you call it there, the actual adjunct professing. Actual adjunct professing. But before we do, you've reminded me of this little gem. People, members of the Virtually Not Alone, we are the terror that flaps in the night. As you can see from this clip here.
No, only one, because identical. Well, yeah, if they're fraternal twins are going to actually reach its telos, and so sperm is like. I am terrified of what Grim Chris and those people are going to do with what I just said. No, only one, because identical. Well, yeah, if they're fraternal twins
Oh God!
are going to
stop
actually reach.
That rolled into a fumble very nicely. But now, guys, you are those people. Okay, now for the adjunct professing. Yeah, go ahead. Keep rolling.
Evolution of sex differences.
Okay. So let's dive into that a little bit because people need to understand exactly what this means. So you relate.
But before we do, Papa Peterson, check this out. You see, he's now made his little symbol a badge there, much like I think we can get it on an armband now. For you know why people would wear symbols on an armband. But what's up with that symbol? Well, it's briefly explained in this gem.
All right, all you cool kids, here we go with Bishop Barron's fancy hit, Summum Bonum.
That logo is called the meaning of music.
Can I just jump in? The mind and the intelligible form light up each other. Each one illumines the other. So the objectively valuable addresses me. It rearranges me. It's turned me upside down. What was the first song that rocked your world, changed you, that rearranged your consciousness? Like a Rolling Stone. Rock my world. Rock my world. Summum bonum. It's like summum bonum. So yeah, there's a summum bonum. Rock my world. Summum bonum. It really gets interesting. Summum bonum is this rock my world. It rearranges me. It's summum bonum breaking into my reluctant and recalcitrant consciousness.
I do love that reluctant and recalcitrant consciousness. It reminds me of Sam Harris. Yes, Stephen Osborne, you did miss the Blue Church poll. It was the Six of Hearts, if I recall correctly. And now, the adjunct professing.
Sex differences when you're trying to define a woman to the difference in size between the sperm and the egg. And an egg is pretty small and it doesn't look like much of an investment, but a sperm is way smaller. Mm-hmm. But the thing that's so interesting about that is that you could say that difference is fractal in nature, is that it's echoed at every single biological level all the way up the chain to overt behavior.
That's a super interesting thought. And I had never really thought of just the physicality, not just the physicality, but of course, many of you know, women are born with all of the eggs they will ever have. Men produce sperm nearly constantly, and of all of the sperm that go into a conjugal sex act, only one of those, perhaps two, depending. No.
Of all of the comments that go into the hive mind, almost all of them get highlighted. How you doing, Sanji? this point he doesn't really tie in well until like 42 minutes into his presentation, where it's spelled out nicely here.
But with women, I mean, absolutely. The thing that we need to remember is that the process of evolution by selection didn't wire us to be happy or satisfied.
There's that in, it's, if you say, well, is that intent? No, that's not intent. But we always talk it like it is. But this point right here is so interesting.
Or it's like, man, I mean, absolutely. The thing that we need to remember is that the process of evolution by selection didn't wire us to be happy or satisfied it's like it has designed us to survive and to reproduce. And part of that means that we're going to feel kind of terrible some of the time. And part of women's design, sort of the design of our psychology is such that it's like a smoke detector. It's tuned to picking up on even subtle cues of possible danger, just because the potential costs associated with what would happen if that danger is real is much greater for women, for a lot of different reasons, some of which you've touched upon. I mean, there's one is that women are mothers. So it's like, it's like you hear like you're eating for two, you're feeling danger for two, you're having to protect yourself and your offspring. You're more physically vulnerable
and the more offspring you have, the more danger you're going to feel.
As of course, you're physically, women are smaller and have less upper body strength, sexual vulnerability for the reasons you talked about. I mean, unfortunately, sexual violence has been something that
Paul in the hive mind asks, what do the rings on the pointer finger mean instead of the ring finger? And I don't know. I have no idea. But we've highlighted that now, and maybe someone will speculate in the comments, because that's fabulous. Oh.
Sexual vulnerability for the reasons you talked about. I mean, unfortunately, sexual violence has been something that's been present as long as we've been around. And it certainly is something we see in all species with choosy females. You'll have males who want to override that choice. And so there's a lot of reasons that women
manipulation too. It's not merely that women are overpowered physically, it's that they're also susceptible to.
Did you see that interruption right there?
Did you see this one right here? So yes, the point of the egg being so much bigger, the concerns being so much bigger of the ladies, and the guy's concern is just to get into the egg. It's that I wanted to push those together quite nicely. And all of this sperm and egg genes and genomes and stuff makes me remember what I recently threw over on X, which I will share with you now.
To be there when you check it out. They said, fine. So I was back. They checked it out. I said, now, they said it's human blood. We can tell that. They did whatever tests they need to do. And then I said, take some of the white blood cells and put them in a growth medium and keep them at body temperature for 48 hours. And they said, well, that'll do no good because it's dead blood. I said, would you please do that for me? And they said, okay, we'll do it. So anyway, I said, I want to be there when you take it out and examine it. So I was back there. They took it out, examined it under a microscope, and the one technician called the other one over there, and then they called the boss over there, and they were talking Hebrew a mile a minute there for a little bit. And they looked at me and they said, Mr. Wyatt, this human blood only has 24 chromosomes in it. Everybody else has 46. You see 23 from your mother, 23 from your father, 22 autosomes from your mother, 22 autosomes from your father. You get an X from your mother, you may get an X or a Y from your father, all right? This blood had 23 chromosomes from the mother's side, one Y chromosome only. You see, a child could not have developed if they hadn't had the autosomes from the mother. So all of his physical characteristics were determined by his mother's side of the family, her autosomes. His maleness was determined by this one Y that came from a source, not a human male. Then they said, this blood is alive. And then they said, whose blood is this? I said, it's the blood of your Messiah.
Isn't it weird how when somebody's talking and they're overwhelmed by emotion like that, it really nails you? Oh, but anyway.
Summum bonum, bring it to the religious level. It's not you who've chosen me, it's I who've chosen you. And it's not you who've chosen me, it's I who've chosen you. And it's summum bonum, not you who've chosen me. Summum bonum, revelation. Summum revelation. Stunning objectivity, the good confronts us, changes us, and it doesn't let us go. And stunning objectivity, the good confronts us, changes us, and it doesn't let us go. And light up each other. Light up each other. Doesn't let us go. And light up each other. Summum bonum. Light up each other. Revelation. It's turned me upside down. Down. What was the first song that rocked your world? Rocked your world. Summum bonum. It's like summum bonum. Yeah, there's a summum bonum. Rock my world. Summum bonum. It really gets interesting. Revelation is the ultimate expression of that. Revelation is the ultimate expression of that. Revelation is the ultimate expression of that.
So, anyways, I'm going to leave it at that.
This means that the individual psyche is far from being safely synthesized. On the contrary, it threatens to fragment only too easily under the onslaught of unchecked emotions. While this situation is familiar to us from the studies of anthropologists, it is not so irrelevant to our own advanced civilization as it might seem. We too can become dissociated and lose our identity. We can be possessed and altered by moods or become unreasonable and unable to recall important facts about ourselves or others, so that people ask, what the devil has gotten into you? We talk about being able to control ourselves, but self-control is a rare and remarkable virtue. And as somebody has joined via the Ko-fi donation, the Ko-fi bot there, I have to say,
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal, so say we all.
And now after just one more piece of branding, we'll get to what you came for, I'm almost sure. The Peterson Dream thumbnail delivery right after this.
Approaches are, that's where the alignment is between Grim and I.
Okay, so what is bringing down the fourth wall project, Grim?
A terrible spell. And part of that spell, the humans have the campfire circuitry. For whatever reason, probably because it... So, like, the television engages that. And, like, that's when your tribal elders are passing on information and stuff. So, like, those things are hijacked and make everybody feel like they're audience. And, like, if you watch characters in series that do break the fourth wall, and that's the fourth wall I'm referencing when I do it. It's the wall behind which you are audience and not a human. So.
Okay.
Hashtag paintball for Jesus, @GrimGrizz, hashtag break the fourth wall.
So like, you do like break the fourth wall that doesn't exist and be like,
break the fourth wall a little bit.
You really helped me break the fourth wall. Like, it's just people.
Good poetry is it's definitely always trying to break the fourth wall.
Always tried, as Grimgris says, to break the fourth wall to the degree that I can.
Now that reminds me that on the card I have this note here. This is the card. It says "Real life, never-ending story," and I am having one. Well, you know what really grinds my gears? Moments, and it's when people pretend that there's a distinction between the real life and the internet life, because you're spending your real life on the internet for real, and there is no difference. It's a fourth wall illusion that this is not real life right now. This is your real life. This is your life. Good morning, Cassandra. Good to see you. Paul, which computer are you at? You said to use it and tell it and then pass it on. I have passed it on. This is the old rig, which has been repaired as the damage was mainly to the power supply, and we're functioning back on the old rig at present. Thank you, Sanjay, for your fart joke. We really appreciate those around here. And now, wait, before we get to the end now, all of this here, you guys only get a +2 for telling me I'm muted if you use words. You have to use an emoji to get the actual +4. And so, Sanjay, you don't get 2 for doing it twice, Paul. It's still just +2. 2 for Sanjay, 2 for Steven, and 2 for J-Email. All for the next stream savings throws. Okay, and now because whenever you say without further ado, you have to do a little more further ado.
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
The Peterson Dream. Now, as you know, I don't know that if when you're on the medication of the cannabis, you don't have dreams, but you sure as heck have a lot harder time remembering in the mornings what they were. However, this morning, since I am no longer on the medication that makes me fun and happy, and I am now remembering my dreams, and Jordan Peterson made an appearance in the dream I had and woke up to this morning, and I am going to tell you about it now, as far as I can remember. I don't remember the initial setup, but I was somehow involved in Peterson coming to do something which resembled a talk of some sort. And and that all played out. And it got to the point in the dream where we were in basically a living room, and there was a fireplace made of bricks. But instead of just being at the fireplace, there was like a bench made of bricks that like sat in front of the fireplace. And he was sitting there talking, and everybody was assembled all cross-legged Indian style, just sitting on the floor. Because, events I arrange, you don't get chairs, I guess. And I did something during the dream. I don't remember this was happening. He was there sitting on the step bench, and everybody else was assembled in front of him. And I did something, and he ended up calling me up next to him. And so I got up, and I went and sat there next to him. And he looks over to me, and he hands me a small can. It's like a soda can, but it's one of those stupid little ones that barely is like a shot of soda, not a whole can, just a little one. And it was open, and I drank from it. I drank from it like that, and he said, "That was mine." And at that point, I got, frankly, like it was a thought in the dream. I don't think I said it in the dream, but it was like, fuck this. And I got up and I left the room and went outside. And when I went outside, it was obviously a dream at that point, because there was a wildebeest, and the wildebeest was sitting there stamping its leg and about to charge these other weird animals. I believe they were both cats, like large cats, like a panther and some other large cat. And the large panther cat ran and jumped on top of me, but like I think it was a protective motion from the wildebeest. And when it penetrated me, it wasn't, or when it landed on me, it wasn't like it tackled me to the ground and I could feel it, but it was also like insubstantial and I could put my hand through it. So that was weird. and then I went and I got on a short bus, but not a bus. It's like they do around here. They have these community. What do they call it? I don't know. They give people rides in them, and I got on one of those buses and left. And so that was the Peterson Dream I had, and it had the wildebeest in it. I don't think he had horns like that, but and who knows what any of that means? Not me.
Slime! What? It's a river of slime!
But then, therefore, having delivered on both the in-our image and the Peterson Dream portion, I will merely play this branding and check in with the hive mind before we wrap up today's wonderful live stream. Enjoy this music break while I check up with the hive mind chat. Wildebeests and dreams mean hermaphrodites. I don't know that I believe that, and I don't know why you would say such a thing, honestly. All right, hello, Dolly, and hello, Arlian. I haven't seen you in a coon's age, whatever that means, but you've made it to the end of the show, not the front. You can watch the replay, comment for 5 points on the next stream saves. Good day, everybody. Libertad!